Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Golf Town Live. My name is Jeff Pinero, and today we're lucky to be joined by Ben Silverman. Ben, how are you, sir?
Good, Jeff. How are you?
Great to meet you. I'm fine, thanks. And thanks again for taking some time out of your busy schedule during the Canadian Open here to stop in and chat with us. I thought we'd start off with a fun fact here. True or false, Ben, you used to be a member of the Golf Town staff team over at the Markham store.
True.
True, indeed, yeah. It's great to have you back in the store. Stores have changed a little bit since then. I know we were talking about some of the product and pricing and things, but great to have you back in the store. So, kind of wanted to review a little bit of your stats for the years. You had a great year so far. A couple top 10s, 4 top 25s. Our Sunday scoring last Sunday, a 65, tied your low for the year. So that's great. Doing really well on Sundays. What are some of the adjustments that you've made, on those Sundays to really start to heat up?
I think it's more about getting a set routine that works for you.
Yeah.
And I've been working on one with my team about trying to figure one out for myself in terms of like anything from pre-warm-up stretching, locker room, to how I warm up on the driving range, shot styles that I like to stick with, that I can rely on, and you just slowly build on that, and I've found a groove that works right now.
Awesome. Good job. Well, and another good stat that I was perusing through, number 1 in the PGA Tour in holeouts with 25 on the year.
Is it 25 now?
25. Awesome. That's awesome. Well done. So, driving accuracy. You're 35th on tour of driving accuracy, just over 66% in hitting fairways. I know you've been working on gaining some additional distance, and that's something that our viewers are always trying to add a little bit of extra distance. Is there any particular tips that you can give to the team that some drills or some swing thoughts that you've been working on to help with your distance?
So probably the biggest thing that I changed was kind of opposite to how you think from standard teaching practices, where it was like restrict the hips on the backswing, don't let the hips turn, and coil the upper body against them so it's like an elastic band.
Okay.
My coach and I discovered that just doesn't work for me.
Right.
So for me to get speed, I started unwinding my hips in the backswing as much as possible and allowing my front leg to bend inwards, kind of like an old Nicholas or something like that, and get up on the toe of the front foot, let it go in there.
Yes.
So I'm getting full rotation hips and shoulders on the backswing, which is making it longer without me thinking about my hands or the club traveling farther. And from there I can just turn left and swing as hard as I can through the follow through, and I've picked up like a steady 3 to 4 miles an hour. That is great, and that's certainly one of those things where for any of our viewers, if you do have any sort of flexibility, if you're maybe a little less restrained, then you can certainly get the hips to open up a little bit more by letting that knee kind of tip in a little bit more. Exactly.
That's great. And looking at putting stats too, I mean, putting, I know you've just joined forces with the team at Bettinardi Golf, which is great, and your putting stats have been terrific all year. I was looking through your stats, your Thursday stats to Sunday. On Sunday, again, heating up there, better, almost a full stroke lower on Sundays. What were some of the things that kind of led you to the team at Bettinardi Golf?
So, to be honest, when before I signed a contract or anything with Bettinardi, it was coming into a store like Golf Town. I was in the States, so it was PGA Superstore, but it was the same type of setup on the putting green.
Yep.
I literally walked around the putting green and tested every single putter.
Yeah.
And I said, out of all these, Bettinardi was my favorite. I knew nobody.
Yes.
Contacted them and found a fitting center. This was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
And they fit me for a putter. And from there, every year I've stayed in touch with them. And they said, once you get on tour, we'll take care of you.
Yeah.
And they did. And I went to their official fitting center in Chicago, and they set me up with something that suits my stroke and the way I like to do things. And now we've got a putter dialed in that I love, and I'm getting more and more comfortable with it every week, so that's probably why you see the putting stats getting good.
Awesome. Yeah, and we talked a little bit ahead of time. I mean, the facility there and the quality control and everything that goes into the designs at Bettinardi Golf. I mean, the putters are really second to none. It's a great product, and not surprising that you're seeing some success with them.
Yeah.
And the folks at Bettinardi Golf, we saw you sporting a new a bag for the weekend, a Canadian Open themed bag.
Yep.
And we actually have one that we're going to be giving away on Facebook. So if you go onto our Facebook website or page, you'll be able to click on and enter. It's a there's no fee there to enter, and we'll be giving that away on Tuesday. So thank you to them for the donation, and certainly another nice addition there. Thinking about your pairing now. You've got Austin Connolly paired up with you. You've also got Roger Sloan paired up with you. Have you ever played with them before in competitive rounds?
Yeah, so Austin I played with in Panama on the Web.com tour, I think a year ago.
Okay.
And nice guy,
Yep.
young kid, a lot younger than me, but we got along well. I know he's been playing well in Europe lately. And then Roger and I met on the Web.com tour a couple of years ago, and we're very friendly, gone out to dinner before, and him and his wife had a daughter recently, so we're looking forward to seeing them this week too.
Oh, nice. Nice. So it looks like you've got a fairly good, comfortable pairing for the RBC this weekend, which is great.
Yeah.
And we really want to wish you some good luck. I know. What did you think of the course setup and the conditions right now? We're over at Glen Abbey.
So I like it. It's set up well for scoring at the moment, and it's not going to be too long for the tour players. You just see a lot of wedges, you see a lot of birdies, you'll probably see a bunch of eagles on some of those par 5s, especially on 16 and 18. They're pretty gettable holes, so it'll be fun.
That's awesome. Well, with your putting stats doing really well, I expect to see lots of good birdies and eagles.
We'll have some birdies in there.
We're pulling for you, sir, and good luck this weekend.
All right.
Again, thank you for your time. I know you're busy, but we appreciate you coming by and spending some time with our viewers. So thanks again. Thank you to you. And thanks again for joining us for another episode of Golf Town Live, and we'll see you again real soon.